The spring market is upon us and you're thinking about listing your home. Well, this is the video that you'll want to see. Today, we're going to talk about what other agents don't want to talk about. We're going to talk about the 3 invisible forces of why your home isn't going to sell. Or if your home is already on the market and it's been on there for 30, 60, 120 days, why isn't it selling? We're also going to talk about what is the kiss of death of any house that is on the market. And then you'll want to stick around for our bonus content today because we're going to discover what is that certainty, that secret sauce. Why is it that buyers are attracted to certain properties and not to others? Well, you're going to learn it today so you can make sure you draw in all the buyers when you list your home. So let's go get after it right now. If it's your first time to the channel, click on that subscribe button down below and tap the bell so you'll be the first to get real estate information about Vancouver Island and the Comox Valley. My name is Justin White with the High Tide Real Estate Group. My team and I get phone calls, emails, and texts every day from people like you, and you looking to make the Comox Valley and Campbell River their new home. So no matter if you're 9 days or 9 months away from making the move, all of our contact details are down below. Set up a Zoom call with myself, Justin White, or one of our licensed agents at High Tide Real Estate Group. Let's get those questions answered today so we can make the move smooth and easy for you and your family. Well, the spring market has already sprung in 2025 and you're thinking about listing your house, or your house is already listed, but it's not selling. The neighbors have sold. You see other homes with sold signs on it. But why hasn't yours sold? You keep asking your realtor, what is going on? What more can you do? And you get silence. They say they put up a sign in your front lawn. They've got an ad online. MLS is active. What is going on? Well, this is something you're not going to find anywhere else on the internet, and you're not going to hear it from other agents, but I want to give you the straight goods today. You're going to learn the 3 forces of why a home sells or why a home doesn't sell. We're going to break them down systematically, and you're going to be able to go on a checklist and see, is my realtor following through on this, or does my home have everything it needs in order to sell? You're going to find that out today. We're also going to talk about the kiss of death of any seller or any property, and it is days on market. We're going to show you how to avoid lengthy days on market, because when you see homes that have been on the market for over 100 days, what do you think? Would you want to buy someone's secondhand leftover that no other buyer wants? We're going to dive deep into it, and then stick around to the end today because we're going to give you bonus content on how to give buyers certainty that your home is the right home that they want to buy. So we're going to cover that and a lot more in today's video. So let's go get after it right now. Let's jump right into it today. What are those 3 forces of why a home sells or doesn't sell? Force number 1 is the condition of the home and the property. Is it a fixer-upper or is it turnkey ready to go? What do you need to do to get that home on a market? You see, so many of the sellers, they live inside of their home or they're investors and they are emotionally attached to the outcome of selling a home. And what happens is they cannot see the little things because they're living in the home every day, or they just don't see it because they're never there. This is where it pays to have a third-party perspective. Is it really worth painting the home? Will you get that return on value? There are a few simple things that you want to think about when you're selling your home. Number 1 is going to be curb appeal. Buyers are making decisions within 1 minute to 2 minutes of pulling up to the home. They're going to look for garbage or refuge on the outside. Is there nice landscaping? Is the lawn cut? Some of the most simple things that you can do is getting bark mulch and putting bark mulch in all of your flower beds or garden beds, or simply in walkways. It's very inexpensive. If you have a truck, you can go get it yourself, or you can have it delivered very inexpensively. So bark mulch is one of them. The second quickest thing you can do is do a power wash your home. give it a quick cleanup. We just had one of the wettest winters that we've ever had with a bomb cyclone that just went through that dumped a ton of moisture here on the West Coast. And the amount of mold that we have in mildew that's growing on the sides and on the roofs of home is more than I've ever seen in all my career of real estate. You'd be surprised what a couple $100 will do paying somebody to do some pressure washing, right? If it's clean, people will then start to go into the home and have open eyes. But if they come off of their car onto the curb and they start to see things that are wrong, they're going to start looking for other things that are in the wrong. So you get one chance to make a first impression, so do it on the outside of the home. Now, when I talk about you being a homeowner and being too close to the home, because you're living there every day, you don't see what other people see. This is the value of getting a realtor in there, because this is what we do. Each and every day I'm looking at homes. Each and every day I'm looking at your competition as well. So they're going to be comparing it to other homes that are for sale. You want to make a great first impression. Now, when it comes inside of the home, obviously cleanliness is number one. So if you can make that condition look clean, even if it's organized, don't worry about the small little nicks of paint or drywall that are missing, as long as the home is clean and organized. And as we talk about drywall and paint, that is one of the least inexpensive ways in order to increase the value and the first impression when they come into your home. So look at getting paint done. If you need somebody who's a good contractor, I always help my clients out. I use the contractors that I use myself in order to get A, good pricing, but B, good quality work done. The third thing when we talk about condition is, it's gonna sound simple, what is the smell when they walk in the home, right? Does your home smell fresh, or does it smell like last night's fish dinner? Does it smell like wet dogs? Does it smell like clean linens? Now, a lot of people go, well, yeah, Justin, I use Febreze, but we don't want to mask the smells. This steps us back to having it clean. Get a professional cleaning company in there that'll come and do a deep clean, pulling out all the appliances, cleaning all the floors, wiping off the tops of the baseboards. You may spend $400 or $500 on a professional cleaner, but you're gonna get that back tenfold. Think of this. This is your biggest asset, biggest financial asset. Isn't it worth investing a little time and a little money in order to make a great first impression? The other thing that your agent should be, but may not be doing, is before you list the house, taking you out on an exploratory tour. I was in the video game industry at one time, and I was building a franchise of video games all across the Vancouver Island area. And even before I signed a contract for my first lease, I would go to my competition, which was EB Games and GameStop, and I would shop continuously in their stores. I wasn't even a video gamer, but I would buy video games, bring them back, trade them in, buy product, give it away to my kids and their friends, just so that I could see what the competition is doing. Have your realtor take you out on what's called an exploratory tour. Set up 6, 7, or 8 homes that are similar to yours in similar neighborhoods. The similar amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, age of the home. Go out there and start to look and get context and perspective on the market so that you're gonna see what other homes are offering, because I guarantee you, buyers are smart these days. They're not just going out and looking at your home, they're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7 homes in a row, ones that are similar to yours in a similar price range. You're gonna be able to see what is their condition in their home and what do you have to stack up against when it comes to your condition of your home. So that is the very first invisible force of why homes sell or don't sell, is the condition. The second force is marketing. And this is one of the most important forces of why your home sells or doesn't sell. Most agents do this. They go, yes, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, sign here on the multi-listing contract. They stick a sign in your front lawn and you don't hear about or from them until they have a showing booked or till they have an offer in hand. They're hoping that some buyer will come along and buy your home. That's what most agents do. And that is the old way of doing real estate. just like newspapers. Nobody's reading a newspaper anymore to buy a home. They're going online. So buyers are smart. They have the same technology tools that we have as realtor. If you were a buyer, you'd be on realtor.ca, Zillow, or Zoocasa every day. You'd be looking at what's available. And here's the thing, they do it in their pajamas each and every morning while they're having their coffee. They're out there looking. So how do you make your house stand out? Well, tip number one when it comes to marketing is old school, but is the new school. It is door knocking. With our team, we do what's called the Tell 30 program, and we knock on a minimum of 30 doors, 10 to the left of your home, 10 to the right, and 10 across the street. Think about this. The people that are in your neighborhood love living in your neighborhood. They have friends and relatives that come and visit them. They know people that want to move to your area. So they are your best form of marketing. So what you'll want to do is knock on their door, let them know, hey, as part of our service, we have a new listing that's coming up soon, and we want to invite you over. This comes to part 2 of the door knocking, which is having a VIP open house for your neighbors. Your neighbors are curious. What's in Joan and Tim's house? What does their house look like? What is their house selling for? Because I guarantee you, your neighbors will say, well, a home went for sale down the street and it was listed at 1 million. But do they really know what it sold for? Chances are they don't. Now, your realtor is going to give you accurate, or should give you accurate information about recent listings, recent pending, and recent sold properties. That way you're going to have context of what's happening in the market. So when we have a VIP open house, you'll want to do this as soon as your home is listed and make it an event. Now, invite all your neighbors over, have food, have drinks, give away a prize. We love giving away prizes for date nights for 2 to the movies, including popcorn and chips. Or we'll give away a prize of a pass for 2 for skiing on our local ski resort. But make it an event where neighbors can come and connect. The more that your neighbors can see your home, the more that they are going to do this. Talk to friends and family who come and visit them in the neighborhood. Again, your neighbors love living there. They've lived there, some of them, for many, many years. So that is going to be your step for marketing. The next step for marketing is going to be going online. Think of it. When you Google homes for sale in your area, do you want to be the first one that pops up or the one that pops up on page 2, 3, 4, or 5? Do you ever look at the things that you Google on page 4 and 5? No, nobody ever does. And how you come to the top of the list is your agent should be using, and I use the word should. Now they could be shoulding all over themselves. They should be using pay-per-click. Our team at High Tide Real Estate, we leverage both Google pay-per-click and Bing pay-per-click. What is pay-per-click? Pay-per-click is you are actually paying to be at the top of the search. So that when people look for homes in your area, city, or town, your home that's on sale will come to the top of the list. Now, you're probably asking, I know what Google is. It's the world's #1 search engine, but what is Bing? Well, Bing is the default search engine that's set up for most computers that are in places like schools, banks, or government offices. This is a standard search engine that is installed in factory computers. So why would we want to use that? Well, because think of it, people are on their lunch break working for the school, working for the government, or working for the bank, and they're searching homes for sale in your city, homes for sale in your town, condos for sale in XXX. You want to, again, be at the top of that search because they may not be using Google, but the second biggest search engine is Bing, B-I-N-G. So pay-per-click advertising, you don't want to be advertising in the paper. That's only when they line their kitty litter box or they use it to start their wood stove. You want to be having pay-per-click advertising so that your listing gets pushed to the top and gets the most views. The property with the most views and the most eyeballs is the one that's going to sell the quickest and for the most amount of money. Now, the next part of it is going to be talking about Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and Kijiji. Now, in certain specific areas, Facebook Marketplace is dominating. In other places, I know out east in Canada, Kijiji is dominating. I know places that are in the middle of Canada where Kijiji and Craigslist is marketing. So why wouldn't you market it on all of them? Again, your agent is skilled and their job is to get you the highest amount of dollar by getting the most amount of eyeballs on your property. So maximizing and leveraging Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, and Craigslist for listing your property in combination with Google pay-per-click and Bing pay-per-click. Marketing is force number 2 of why your home either sells or doesn't sell. And the third force of why a home sells or doesn't sell, get your pens ready, correct pricing. Pricing it at a fair market value. If your agent has not taken you out and done an exploratory tour, how are you going to know what your competition is selling for? Part of the services that we offer at High Tide Real Estate Group is going out for that exploratory tour before we list our clients' homes so that you'll be aware of what is your competition selling for? What do they have to offer? Again, buyers are smart. They're online every day. When they see a home that's overpriced, they leave it alone like the plague. So overpricing can be the death of a house that's on market. We're going to talk about what that looks like in a moment. Now, there's 3 things that happen every time a house goes on the market or the listing goes live with MLS. And these 3 things happen within the first 10 days of listing a home. Scenario number 1, you list your home, it goes live on MLS, realtor.com or realtor.ca, and you get a lot of viewings and you get 1 offer or 2, 3, 4 offers, and it goes into multiple offers and you get above listing price. That is scenario number 1, and that is the outcome that if your home is in good condition and if it's marketed right and if it's got the correct pricing, that is exactly what will happen. Now, what if that doesn't happen? Then we get scenario number 2. In that first 10 days, we get a lot of viewings and we get no offers. That is the market tapping us on the shoulder saying that we've missed the price on fair market value. It's just meaning that we have to do a price correction, because if we wait to do it later, it's going to be deemed as a price drop, and nobody wants to have those leftover potatoes that nobody ever wants, that home that's been on the market for 30, 60, or 100 days. So if you do it within 10 days of listing, it's going to be deemed and viewed as a price correction, not a price drop. Think of it, when it's a price drop, what do buyers think? Well, I'm going to go in and lowball this guy or this lady. I'm going to get the lowest price I can. I'm going to grind them down. But if you do it within the first 10 days, it's a price correction, not a price drop. That's scenario number 2. Now, scenario number 3 is where we get little to no viewings in the first 10 days and we get no offers. That is the market screaming at us that we missed the mark on pricing. Think of it. It's not the realtor that's dictating the price. It's not you that's dictating the price. It's your competition and the market. And how quick does the market change? Very quickly. That's why that 10-day mark is the mark where you can make an adjustment on the price versus getting it seen as a price drop. And if you wait till later, it is going to lead into the kiss of death of a seller. Now again, those 3 things that are going to happen when you list your home in the first 10 days. Number 1, you're going to get a lot of viewings with 1 offer or multiple offer. Number 2, you're going to get a lot of viewings with no offer. That's the market tapping on the shoulder saying you've missed the mark on pricing. Or scenario number 3, you're going to get no viewings or 1 or 2 and no offers. That's the market screaming at you that you missed the mark on pricing big time. And that leads us into the kiss of death of any home on market, which is days on market. You'll often see when you look at listings of DOM, that's days on market. And let me ask you, if you were looking at a home and it was on the market for 100 days, 150 days, 200 days, what's the first thought that goes into your mind? What's wrong with it? And that's exactly what buyers are asking. They're going, what's wrong with that home? Why hasn't it sold? The pictures look great. What is it I'm not seeing? And the only recourse, again, the kiss of death of any seller, is to do now a price drop. Now, a lot of realtors will tell you this, a myth. They'll say, well, what if we just pull it off the market, we just stick it back on, and we'll reset the days on market? Well, guess what? Other real estate agents have access to the history. It may set on realtor.ca, but two things happen. Number one, a good realtor will be able to find that, and he'll be able to see all of those price drops and be able to show it to their buyer client. Now they're going to use that in leverage to grind you down on your pricing. The second thing that's going to happen is that buyers are smart. I told you that they're using the same technology we have as realtors. They're looking every morning in their pajamas with their iPad and their coffee at homes. They'll see the same pictures of the home and they'll go, hey, look, sweetie, it's the same house going on again. And look, they're trying another lower price. And people will leave that alone like the plague. So the kiss of death of any seller in any property is days on market. Now, beware, beware, beware. There are many agents out there, and I don't even like to say this, that's why you won't hear it from them, that they will do what's called buying the listing. They'll come to your home, they'll tour your home, they'll give you what's called a CMA, a comparative market analysis, and then they'll tell you what your home is worth, and you'll go, oh my gosh, Martha, I didn't realize our home was worth so much. And you'll be so ecstatic and happy that you'll want to sign the contract in the moment because the agent has it right there. It's way more money than you could ever have dreamed of. And then your home sits on the market. 20 days, no viewings. 30 days, no viewings. 45 days, one quick viewing with no feedback. 60 days, nothing. 100 days, nothing. And you're going, Mr. Realtor, what happened? And he or she says, it's time for a price drop. And they'll keep suggesting price drops until the home sells, which will be way under the value that they quoted you because they bought the listings. This is totally legal in Canada, it's legal in the States, but buyer beware that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So this is where the power comes in doing an exploratory tour and going out and checking out what's currently in the market and what your competition is. Because if it seems too good to be true, it's going to cost you money in the end because the kiss of death of any seller is days on market. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I said if you stuck around, I was going to reward you and show you a pro real estate tip on how to get the highest price for your home in the shortest amount of time. How do you make your home stick out from all your competition? Well, this is it. We're going to put this in the context of buying a used car. You could buy a used car on Facebook or Craigslist, or you could go to a car dealership and buy a pre-owned used car that has a pre-qualification inspection done on it. Which one do you think would be the highest price? Of course, the one from the car dealership. Why? Because they paid mechanics to go through and check out all of the features of the vehicle, including the safety features of the brakes, the tires, the engine, the drivetrain. They give you a multi-page report going through, giving you a full analysis of that pre-owned vehicle. And in return, they charge a higher premium for it. So why do people buy those cars over the ones that are secondhand on private deals? One word, certainty. This gives the buyers certainty that what they're buying is a quality product. So why don't you do this with your home? It's the biggest investment people are going to make, but so many sellers do not do a pre-listing inspection of their home. The benefits of doing a pre-inspection we just talked about, it gives the buyer certainty so that you can charge a higher premium price. The second thing that it does is it gives you, the seller, an opportunity that if there is anything wrong, like the hot water tank is expired, or that you need to get a small electrical problem figured out, or maybe that there's a fan ducting in the attic that's come off that just needs to be retightened back on. You could do it on your own time before you list the house, saving you tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'll give you an example. If you don't do a pre-home inspection, and then what happens is a buyer comes in and gives you an offer on your home, they're going to get the inspection done after. Now they're going to get qualified trades to give quotes at the highest amount, and they're going to renegotiate that agreed upon price with you, costing you tons of money and also costing you time because they may have to extend the subject removal date. The third thing that having a pre-inspection before listing your home does, it makes your home stand out. When the buyers are coming to take a look at it and they see it on the living room, they can go through all the pages of that pre-home inspection where it shows that plumbing is okay, electrical is okay, the roof is okay, the foundation is okay. It really makes your property stand out compared to the 8 or 9 of them that they looked at that have no pre-home inspection done. If you want to sell your home and ask for the highest price, you've got to give the buyers certainty by getting that pre-qualified inspection done by a certified home inspector each and every time. And again, this will allow you time as a seller that if there are problems, wouldn't you want to know about them offhand and in front so that you can deal with them at your price and at your time before waiting for the crunch time when that offer is sitting on the line and then that buyer backs out? Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that you pulled some nuggets of information and you learned something before you list your home. Today we covered the 3 forces of why a home sells and why a home doesn't sell. Number 1 is the condition. Number 2 is the marketing. Number 3 is correct pricing. And if you stuck around to the end, you just saw what that bonus content was the value of getting a pre-home inspection before you list your home, saving you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars when you sell your home. Now, if you're looking to list your home, feel free to reach out to me, Justin White, or any of our team members at High Tide Real Estate Group. We will give you a free evaluation of your home, giving you that perspective on the condition, letting you know what the correct pricing is, and we walk you through our 21-step marketing program. Now, all of our contact details are down below. Click on the link, set up a Zoom call with myself or one of the agents on our team. Let's get those questions answered today so we can help you make your sale of your home smooth and easy and make the purchase of your home smooth and easy for you and your family. Now, also, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and tap that bell so you'll be the first to get real estate information on Vancouver Island and the Comox Valley. And if you're coming to the area, reach out. We'd be happy to take you on a personal tour of real estate that is currently available in our beautiful Vancouver Island.